Oh,
lying on that concrete floor. 38 pounds of heartbreak, thrown away like he was lying. There was a flicker in his eyes that whispered, I ain't done with life. They carried him. Welcome to the Ethan Live podcast. Today is Thursday, December the 11th.
right. I like the new theme song
You
played
like
in there.
you like that? December the 11th.
Yes.
Let's talk about the song for a bit. Uh,
Yeah.
that song is called "Ethan Didn't Break." It
Uh-huh.
was someone that reached out to me. Actually, well, yeah, they reached out and they put in a comment on Ethan's page that his name is Blue Michaels. He had written a song about Ethan, and uh, he had just sort of started releasing some music and wanted me to hear it before he released it, and even said, if you don't want me to release it, then I won't release it, which was very, very kind of him. And he sent it to me, and I mean, I just really thought it was fabulous.
It
Uh,
is.
and
It's
the music,
terrific.
lyrics are I think wonderful. You
Yeah.
never know. Maybe we'll have him on the podcast one time.
Yeah, there you go. But it's just the perfect blend of music and storytelling,
Yeah, and
you know?
if you have seen in online, whether maybe something of his or something of Tawny's, um, you'll see that that's going to be a part of the movie coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that will be very cool. We thank him very much. It was very humbling and a wonderful song. So thank you. And I wanted to make sure he was okay with us using it, portions of it for the podcast to be like our intro music. And, he was uh, absolutely accommodating. Said you can play the whole thing if you want to. Uh,
Oh,
very,
how
very nice.
nice.
So that is, if you guys haven't heard it, check it out. It's now released on all streaming services. So you can find it on
Yeah.
Apple Music and
Spotify.
Spotify
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff.
iTunes.
iTunes,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess this is going to sound dumb, but there's a difference between Apple Music and iTunes.
Good question.
I, I'm,
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
You're asking the wrong generation of
I don't,
person.
I'm, I'm not a singer. So today, Thursday, December the 11th, it's cold outside right now, but where we're at is going to get
Yeah.
super cold. Supposed to
Yeah.
get some snow tonight. Today, though, is interesting. International Mountain Day.
Okay.
It's Christmas Jumper Day, which is like the jumper you would wear, maybe like
Oh,
a pajama jumper or something.
I
Um,
don't think anybody's called them jumpers, and since
yeah,
I was a little girl, but
right,
okay.
right. National App Day, Holiday Food
Oh,
Drive for Needy Animals Day,
well, that's a good one.
Noodle Ring Day. Hmm.
Okay.
Uh, what else do we got? UNICEF birthday.
Oh,
I am
okay.
going to I'm going to log on here real quickly and put our link. If people want to join the podcast, you want to come on and ask a question, um, you want to get your picture on here and come on and have a discussion, feel free to do that. I'm going to put the link here if I can. Uh, there we go. Paste.
Yeah, come on in and
Right.
say hello.
I think that is right. Video chat. Yeah, there we go. Um, there was, let me see. Do we have any questions here that we need to ask? Yeah, I'm not looking for the cold temperature. There's plus depending upon, of course, it's like this every winter. Depending upon who you listen to, we could get a 1 inch of snow or 6 or 7 inches of snow.
Yeah, every station's different. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll just wait and see what we get.
All right. So, all right. We will jump into we got several things to get to. Let me look at my list here. Let's start
Okay.
with let's start with the Scott County. Let's start with some court cases. So
Okay.
we had Scott County,
Oh, yeah.
which was Blue
December the
Phoenix.
5th.
Yeah, so Blue Phoenix was the dog. Refresher, only because this has been going on for so long. Blue Phoenix was
Yeah.
the Connie Corso dog that was uh, their his original owners had him from when he was a puppy. Reagan. Uh, they were going to have another child. They decided they were going to rehome him. They were very upset about it. They took it very seriously. They met with these folks for over 2 hours in their home. Uh,
Yeah.
Felt like it was the best place for him. Relinquished him to this new home on September I think it was 30th. Um,
Okay.
Then the first week of January of this year, they brought the dog to the shelter, claiming they found the dog on the side of the road and it needed help. Long story short,
Right.
it was Blue Phoenix, and he was starving to death. He had lost over
Yeah.
50 pounds in 3 months,
Mm.
and he eventually passed away the next day. And so there were two
Yeah.
individuals associated with this case. Their case has been
Christian.
going on forever.
Yes. Christian Barnett was the other
And yeah, I,
co-defendant.
I call her Kenny Chesney, but Chesney Taylor. I don't want to
Yeah.
disparage Kenny's name. Um, so
Yeah. There you
anyway, so we
go.
go to Scott County. We've been following this case from the very beginning. I probably have talked to more people about this case than probably any others because I wanted to talk to the shelter where the dog ended up. I wanted to try to talk to an ACO officer. I wanted to talk to the person that used to own the dog. Anyone we could possibly, we've reached out to the county attorney in Scott County, the Commonwealth attorney in Scott County.
Yeah. It's
Keeps
been
getting
a
pushed off.
process.
Their
Yeah.
attorney, shockingly, is they hired the same guy that defended Christopher Jones, who shot Gray Baby, the cat, his next door neighbor's
Yes.
cat. It's the same attorney. Uh,
Yes.
be careful what you're going to make yourself a name for, I would say,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Yeah. Are those
Uh,
the only kind of cases you want to take? Really? Okay.
Seriously. So anyway, uh, we've been following this case in court. Um, Not by Zoom. I think we've been in court every time, filed a motion. Last time we were in court, they didn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
The judge said we had no standing in the case. Um,
Right.
I didn't even wasn't allowed even to stand up and talk. Um,
Yeah. And
so,
long lapses of times in between hearings.
yeah,
This
yeah,
one is
very
stretched
long
out.
lap.
Yeah.
And Blue is
Hmm.
also, hey, Blue, thanks for, he's on and commenting. Good to see you. Um, so we go, it's on the docket for December 5th, 5 o'clock. And
Nine
we've
o'clock.
got to drive somewhere, but peek behind the curtains. We always call that the night before, the day before. If it's later in the afternoon, we'll even call the morning of to make sure that the case is on for that day.
Right. Right.
The day before, it's on for 9 o'clock that morning. We get there,
Yes.
it's
It's on
on the
the
piece of paper, on the docket. Both of them are on the docket 9 a.m. It
exactly.
it starts going through, and they always do. Most courts, if they don't do inmates first, they'll do people with a an attorney. And so it
Correct.
seems like they've gotten through some of those, and we've gotten into, because we know some of these take quite a while. We've sort of gotten in a
Uh-huh.
routine where Debbie is nice enough to go and sit and have to listen to all the all the crap going on in the courtroom, and I'll have Ethan walking around, and we'll come in every once in a while. But most of the time, we're kind of walking around. And so it's getting about, we've been there, I don't know, 45 minutes or so, and it seems like they're past a certain point,
Yeah.
and we don't see them or their attorney. So I go
No.
downstairs to the circuit clerk's office
Uh-huh.
and say, "Is it still on for today?" And
Mm-hmm.
she says, "Let me look in the computer. Yes, still on for today." So it was on CourtNet the day before. It was on the piece of paper up by the courtroom, and it's on the computer system. And on the piece of paper, they've even added at least one name I saw that they wrote in. They added someone
To the docket.
to the docket. And so I'm
Yeah.
outside thinking, what's going on? Debbie's inside, and it's starting to. You're inside, and it's really starting to dwindle down.
Yeah,
And
there are
then
like
the lady
four of
comes over.
us.
Yeah, so the lady comes over
Yeah,
and says, "What are you even waiting for?"
I know. It was kind of strange. I think there were four of us left in the courtroom, and the lady who was a clerk, I guess, finally thought, well, should check in and see who we were waiting for. So yeah, yeah. And then she comes up and I tell her, and she said, "Oh no, they're not today. They're already been moved to another day." And I was like, "I've been in here since 9 o'clock, never heard a motion,
So
never heard a motion."
their attorney filed a motion before court
Uh-huh.
for a continuance,
Yes.
and not they didn't make any announcement in court.
No,
They
they
didn't
did
walk out to
not.
the piece of paper and change and mark scratch through those people. Wasn't changed in
No,
the computer. Wasn't changed
no,
on CourtNet.
nope. So
Like I
two
just got
hours of
I
sitting.
just got a problem. I just got a problem with that. Number one, I know maybe I'm sure people would tell me that it would back things up or whatever. Like if you make a motion outside of court, they
Yeah,
should at least start court and say these motions were made beforehand. Here's the result. Here's what's happening with them.
right,
It would take less than 2 minutes.
right,
You just
right. And
say CR whatever has been put off until the next.
yeah, it wouldn't take long. And there, the bailiffs all have a copy of the dockets, which they are following. And like you said, somebody, excuse me, somebody went out and added a name and had the time to do that. So I don't know why they didn't have the time to scratch out a name.
Yeah, scratch out. I mean, so that one was very frustrating. So that one is actually on for
January the 16th.
January the 16th. Right,
Yes.
Taylor.
Yeah. If you can believe that date. We'll see.
Yeah, we shall see.
Yeah.
Next case, we were in Meade County,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and for Laney's case, dog Laney, who had the embedded choke collar
Collar.
around her neck and
Yeah.
had to have several surgeries.
Yeah.
And they sort of combined.
Shamrock. Yeah. Shamrock is the one that came in and helped with those surgeries and had
Yeah,
Laney for a
yeah.
while.
Shout out the Shamrock Foundation. So
Right.
they had sort of started with that case and have taken care of Laney to this point. And this person has other cases which they sort of lumped into the same day. I don't think the same case. It was like some child support stuff.
Yeah. Right.
But he, interestingly enough, opted for jury trial.
I know. We're like, really? But he did.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
guess would be uh, before that jury trial comes up, there's another pretrial conference and there's a deal made.
And there's a deal. Yeah, that's what we kind of expect. But I will say shout out to Meade County, whose judge follows the docket in order for pretty much most of the time. I mean, he was pretty much the next name, the next name, the next name. So at least he's easier to keep up with and follow. But
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I like him. He's
Hmm.
also seems to be very non not nonchalant. What's the word? No funny business in his courtroom. Like you
No,
need to
he
come
takes no.
prepared
Right, right.
and be
No.
ready to go. And
Yeah.
he was the
He's very
one that the
business.
prosecutor interrupted court and introduced,
Yeah.
brought Ethan and I up to the judge to introduce him. And what was funny was we found out later that maybe they're not that
They're not best pals.
they're not the best of friends, which makes me wonder
I
even
mean,
more.
when he said he wanted to introduce you, I thought, oh, well, they're just really good
Yeah, yep,
buddies.
yep, yep,
But
yep, yep, yep.
no.
So yeah,
And you
so we
could do
like
a little,
we like the
there
guy.
was a little bit of going back between the two of them a little bit in
Hmm.
court this time that you
Yeah.
could notice. But yeah,
So we like that dude in Meade County. We'll see what happens with see
Jason
what happens with
Bash.
this case when it moves forward. But
And that's
hopefully,
not till March. I mean, there's a pretrial on March the 5th.
So March the 5th, Meade County, and that was what's his name again? I'm looking at our sheet.
Jason Basham.
Jason Basham, yes. And so he's back
Mhm.
on. So we got Blue Phoenix folks on January 16th. Jason Basham back on January 5th. Did you say?
March the 5th.
March the 5th.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
because
what I'm
the
getting.
trial is set for April 15th and 16th.
Yes. Yeah. So there's another pre-trial March the
Yeah,
5th.
that'll get changed.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh. So we'll see what happens with that one.
so there's Blue. We say hey to him. He's working today on job site.
Hey,
We've got
Blue.
D is around. Hey D, how's it going? And look who's joining us today. Hey Doug, how's it going, buddy? So we got some good folks coming in. Appreciate
Oh,
all.
is it Doug with Harrison?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Doug and Harrison.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, looking forward
See
to.
them soon.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing them too. Our next case was there were two cases in Christian County. Uh, let's start with Gmail because we'll end on a little bit better note with the other Martin Hardwig. So Gmail is
Okay.
for just to update folks. Gmail was the person in Christian County who, because the dog peed on the rug,
Mm-hmm.
took the dog out in the front yard and was beating him with a baseball bat.
Correct.
With his 4-year-old son watching.
Yeah.
Uh, this was one of those, and just, I mean, not that it makes any difference at all. This is one of those one of those rugs you would have in a kid's room that looks like a train track.
Yeah.
And so, like
Yeah.
made on the carpet might be different houses and buildings and stuff.
So
Uh,
we're not speaking of a very expensive wall-to-wall carpeting. We're
no,
talking a
didn't take this
kid's
guy much.
rug.
Didn't take this guy much to flip. So takes the dog out in the
Yeah.
front yard, beating him with a baseball bat, and the neighbor, my understanding, the neighbor called sheriff's department, ACO, videoed it. There's video, and this went on
Mm-hmm.
for a pretty substantial amount of time. And this dog's name was Bubba. I believe it
Yeah.
was also a Connie Corso mix.
Mm.
So Gmail has been he was indicted by the grand jury, put off again. So much so that
Right.
he moved out of state. Um,
Yeah.
and so his last two appearances have been by Zoom, which we were. Oh, we got to get. I need to make a note of that. I need to talk about that too.
Oh yeah.
Which
Oh yeah.
so we have logged in by Zoom to watch these last cases. I will say I left the. I got off the Zoom a little discouraged the other day because that
Oh,
case is being put
definitely.
off until February the 4th, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
Uh, since though, since then, I've spoken with someone close to the case, and I feel a little bit better about it, and I'm hoping that it goes in a much different direction than I initially thought when they said, "Hey, the judge, this case will be settled uh, in by February the 4th."
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it is settled February the 4th, but just the way it was sort of said made you kind of wonder what was
Yeah.
happening. And
Yeah.
so, but
Yeah, and we'd already had a judge that seemed to be moving people quickly out of Christian County.
yeah, no, Judge Judge Atkins, who uh, Judge Atkins, he's not our friend that likes to keep the carpets clean. That was a judge down in
No.
district court, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. Judge Atkins
No, it
seemed
wasn't
to
Judge Atkins.
No, Judge Atkins seemed to be more lenient with people that were never going to come back to Christian County ever again.
Yes. Yes. One lady wanted to get back to Kansas, of
Yeah.
all places. She was going back to
Yeah. So they
Kansas.
revoked probation and
Oh
basically got
yeah.
rid of
Yeah.
all the diversion things so she could just go back to Kansas. The one guy, he said something about, they were going to make a deal, and he said, "Are you going to get out of Christian County?" And they were like, "Yeah." And he said, "All right, bye bye."
Yeah.
So,
He was gladly sending them on their way
all right,
without
so
the consequences that they might have needed. But as long as they were getting out of Christian County.
Jose Regina. So Gmail's case. After a
Hmm.
conversation today, I feel better about that. We'll find out on February 4th, but I feel a little bit better about where that one's going.
But
Um,
Jeff, that's another situation where if you hadn't reached out, again, this case was just going to disappear. They were just going to probably make a deal under whatever and it would be over. But
there
thankfully,
was
you
there
always
was yeah,
follow through.
there was a good chance. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and and the 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 county attorney conference and the Commonwealth attorney conference that we went to individually have turned out to be a very good thing.
Very valuable. Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
all right, so our other Christian County thing was Martin Hartwig, which
Yes.
takes me to my little rant real quick about I don't understand. And surely we've got a friend there in Jefferson County that's a judge, and maybe we can get some answers from them. I don't understand how in the same county
We can.
on the same day I
Uh-huh.
can get a Zoom link to log into a court case at 9 a.m., but with a different judge at 1, it's up to him whether he gives out the Zoom link or not. Well, I
Right.
take that back. It's up to the judge anyway, but this judge in the afternoon just doesn't do Zoom links.
Which I mean, that makes no sense with so many of them even doing inmates
I,
from
I
other
don't. I,
county.
I just don't
I don't get
understand
it.
how we can drive to Christian County and walk into the
Uh-huh.
courtroom and sit there all day if we want to.
Right.
There's a Zoom link available,
Yeah, the screen's up, it's there.
but we
TV's
can't
up.
log in. And even for Gmail's case earlier in the day, you can't just get the Zoom link. You have to be approved through the judge to get the Zoom link.
Correct.
I'm
So,
just not sure
yeah.
that it just seems to me that there would be standard rules across the state of if your courtroom is set up for Zoom, here's the standard order of practices
Procedure. Yeah.
of how
Uh-huh.
you do that.
Right.
Here's who can come on. Here's who can't come on. Maybe they make a rule that only defendants and lawyers can come on. I don't know, but you would think that would be the same across the state. Maybe they make a rule
Yes.
that anyone that wants to log in can log on. Well, it should be that way
Right.
across the state. The
Yeah.
just arbitrary, just decisions of people being able to do whatever they want in their courtroom is, it's
It's
you know
very,
I don't like it just doesn't make any sense. Like, the courtroom is not their house,
yeah, but
right?
it becomes their house.
And
It
and
very
even
much seems to be their house.
and even then, I might live somewhere there's an HOA that I've got to follow certain rules by. I just
Yeah.
I
Oh,
just
yeah.
I just don't understand. Here's my point, and I guess I'll get off my soapbox. Here's my point. I don't care what rule it is, whether it is
Just
how whatever the procedure is for actual courtroom decorum, or whether it's Zoom, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. It should be the
right. Yeah. Yeah. And they are so diverse every place we go. But we have learned, like you said, the judge is in charge.
yes.
And even courthouse can have a different idea of how to run his courtroom,
So much
as we
so,
find it.
and I can't remember if we brought this up or not. So I'm gonna, if we didn't, I'm gonna refrain from saying the county.
Okay.
So much so that we were in a courthouse in a county where the
Hmm.
sheriff of the county, not the sheriff's deputy, not a security officer, the
Not a
sheriff
bailiff.
of the county came up and said, as we're walking back and forth in the hallway, "What's up with the dog?"
Yes.
And I said, "What do you mean? What's the dog doing here?" "Well, the dog is coming to court." We had a little conversation. She did not uh, agree with what our determination was, and she said, "I'm going to go get a decision from the judge."
Exactly.
Why do you need to get a decision from? You're the sheriff. I
Uh-huh.
don't understand.
And they'd already allowed us in through security.
I,
She
I,
was after the fact. So,
I don't
yeah,
understand. Make a rule and make it. It should be blanket across the state. I'll stop talking about it then. So
yeah.
anyway,
But
long story short, we get to Martin Hardwig, whose case is in the afternoon, and we can't get.
Zoom.
We didn't get a Zoom link because the judge doesn't
No.
do Zoom links. So
Right.
we had to just sort of wait to hear how that went. But Debbie, you made a phone call down to Christian County, and we got
I
some good
did.
news from that.
Yes, I did. And at first, the lady told me, of course, they were in court yesterday and she didn't have the file, which I've learned that now from calling. But she was very helpful and she said, "Let me go look." So she was gone for a few minutes and came back and said he was given 3 years for torture. He was also given 18 months for animal cruelty and 18 months for several other. He's got other offenses that are vehicle related, that kind of thing. But I asked her, I said, "Are they running concurrent or?" And she said, "Yes, they are running concurrent, but that's 3 years." And I reiterated again, I said, "That's 3 years for the torture." She said, "Yes, it is 3 years for the torture." And I said, "Do you see any other stipulations, probation, anything?" And she said she did not. Of course, his official sentencing is coming up January the 21st. But still, that was good news after some of the other things that we've dealt with lately. So hopefully Mr. Hartwig will be getting his 3 year sentence for the torture of the animal.
Yes, hopefully so. And that animal he killed.
Yes.
I don't think we were able to get a name for that dog, were we?
I don't think I
I didn't
do.
see
And I
it. I
hate
didn't see it
that.
in any of the paperwork because
No.
it
And
wasn't it his own dog, of course.
yes. And I mean, I try. And that one was another one that peed on the couch. Remember, he was the one that was a $1,300 couch, he kept saying. So that was the reason for the torture of and the killing of the animal.
All right,
So.
so
And I
that was
do
good news.
try to get I try to get the victims' names, like you said. We always try, but that one I did not find anywhere with the name of the animal.
Uh,
So
so Dee's asking Hartwig where is he? So Hartwig was in Christian County.
Christian, uh-huh.
They he
Different judge, different judge
different
than
judge,
was over.
but I will say there's a small percentage of why I feel a little bit better about Christian County is because of this. The biggest percentage is a conversation I had, but Martin Hardwick in Christian County was um, the dog peed on the couch, and
Mm-hmm.
he beat the dog until the dog
Yes.
died.
Mm-hmm.
The police were called, but before the police could get there, he jumped on his motorcycle
Yes, and
because he
fled.
was and took off, and he was drunk.
Yes.
Uh, and so did he eventually come back, or did they catch him? I can't remember.
I think he came back.
I think
I think if I remember correctly, he came back, but that's why he has, like I said, several other charges.
so. He came
But
back. The dog died. So, but here's the sentencing is. I wrote it here and I can't even read it.
January the 21st.
January 21st. So we need to. That's one where the dog died.
Right,
He's a violent offender. So
right.
give him 3 years. You know what? He needs to be in jail. 5 years would be better. But if you're giving him three
Yes,
years, he needs to serve the long term. He needs to,
yes,
and so that's one where I think, not even having a, what they want to say standing in the case. I think we file a victim impact statement regardless,
definitely.
and point out that give him 3 years, but that dude should serve 85% of that 3 years.
Right, right. And we do have the name of the prosecutor in the case. So
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see what, yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. So
So
we'll
so
follow up on that. And
yeah. So
hopefully
Blue's
we
saying
can be
play
in
the
the,
song. I played some at the very beginning. We'll play a little bit more here as we go along.
but
I,
hopefully we can be in the courtroom for his sentencing.
yeah.
So,
So we'll be back in January 21st for
hmm,
Christian County. So those are some the other a couple of updates for next week. April Love, who just
yes.
you think these names are
Oh,
the case is over, and it's in your mind you're
it's,
thinking, okay, that was a long time ago, it's over, and
it
it's just
was a
now,
long time.
like it's just now coming. That was
Yeah.
Montgomery County. That was a lady that had the dogs that were um, obviously hadn't been fed. She had several dogs inside, several dogs outside, and that was the 28 dead cats that were found in the freezer.
Yeah. She had 14 dogs and 24 cats. Hmm. It seems so long ago that we were in court for that one, but it's gone on.
That was Montgomery County.
Yeah. And this happened in January of last year. So almost a year. And
So
she is,
January 2024.
yeah. And this is another status hearing. So we're not even pretrial again. We're still just status. So we'll see.
So
But then
that's
we've
next week.
got, and Zach Rawlings is back up.
Mm.
Our Pulaski County that bit the ears.
Yes, he's December 18th.
Yes, and he's pretrial. So hopefully there'll be a trial date set.
So it's Pulaski County, December
Uh-huh.
18th, pre-trial.
And then
Um,
we have another one in Christian County that Antonio Attaway comes up again for
that thing's
pretrial.
been going on forever.
It has. That's what I said. All three of these have.
I feel like there was a. Didn't we get as far as like a sentencing with Antonio Attaway, and then he just didn't show up?
There
And
was
then
some, yeah, they backed back up again.
it's like it
Started with the
started over again.
status.
Didn't
It
make
went
a lot of
back to a
sense.
status. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've gone back and forth. And then, of course, we have to remind everybody that Morgan Barrick is next week.
Yes, yes. That's on my. That was the next thing on my list. December
Okay.
19th, Hardin County. Uh,
Right.
Everyone's got plenty of time. Not only plenty of time, but it's like 1:15 in the afternoon. Is that right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we got
Yes.
1:15 in the afternoon. You can go to work in the morning. Take off at lunchtime, get yourself some lunch, come to Hardin County. You know what? Come to Hardin County and get some lunch.
There you go. There's lots of little restaurants right around the courthouse.
Yeah. Come to
I mean,
come to Hardin County on December 19th. Wear some purple.
mm-hmm.
It's animal abuse color. Wear purple. This is the official sentencing for the lady in Hardin County, where they found the 19 dead dogs in the house. She was convicted of 31 counts of felony torture, the old felony torture statute,
Yes,
which was basically
unfortunately.
felony if there was more than one count involved
Right.
in it, is how we got to that point. She was sentenced to 2 years for each count to run concurrently. Um, but we need to let's step up. Let's have some folks. Let's have some folks show up on December 19th. Wear some purple. Let the court know. I know that they've been. Uh, they have received many victim
Many.
impact statements.
Yes,
Uh,
yes. I
I
know Deb said that she delivered, I think, 40 to 60 letters. So there are a lot.
we hand delivered mine. Uh,
Yes.
my guess is they'll probably have probably no more than four read in court, two, three, or
Right.
four read in court.
Yeah.
Um, Publish the location and name in Hardin County, please. Yes, it's at the. I'll get you the location. It's December 19th, 1:15, Hardin County Judicial Center, right at the town
Yeah.
square in
Yeah. East
E-Town.
Dixie Highway, but I can't remember the exact, but it's very easy to find. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you can't miss it. You get to the town square, you can't miss it.
Right. Right.
So that's Hardin County, December 19th. Let's all show up there. Um, that this is will be, I'm sure, some arguments from the defense, some arguments from the plaintiff. The defense has already made a motion for a new verdict. That whatever. I
New
mean, everyone
trial.
does that. I guess as an attorney, that's what you got to do. Uh, uh, but this is all up to the judge now. The jury has made their recommendation, but the judge can make some accommodations to that sentence, which is what we're
Yes.
hoping for.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so that's what we're hoping for. So
Right.
that's
And
December the 19th. Next Friday,
yes.
a week from tomorrow. Plenty of
Yes.
time for if you need a note to get out of work. Send me an email. I'll write you a note on some Ethan stationery that says you're allowed to miss work to come to court.
There
This
you
is
go.
this is important.
Right. Right. Oh, and on another note, I just wanted to say too, and just people will remember the Jeffrey Horseman case,
Mm-hmm.
and that he was serving in Boone County. Well, Stephanie has shared, so I'm sure it's okay to share that he has now been transferred to prison. So she is
Well,
feeling
and I
quite
don't know that we
relieved.
talked about that. I'd love to be
His parole was denied the first
his
time he
parole.
came up.
Yeah, his parole was, and I'd love to have. I still want to have Stephanie on so we
Yes.
can kind of go through the whole story from the very
Yes.
beginning through the trial
Yeah.
through this. But what we were really worried about was he was eligible for parole very quickly, uh,
Right.
and uh, we were worried and I know she was really worried that he was going to get
Yes,
out. He
she
was
was.
denied parole and not eligible
Yes.
for parole until I think 2027. Is that right?
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's what I
Mm-hmm.
thought. Yeah. Yeah.
And yes, she's happy that, as she had said, he's been moved from the Boone County Country Club to the real prison
So
deal.
he's in prison now, not jail.
He's in Rotorua Correction, which is in LaGrange, which is no wells right down the street from where I taught. So yes, so he is in prison.
Yeah. Uh, Look who's joining us today.
Who is it? Well, hello there.
Angela says she'll be there on the 19th. It's a Friday.
Yes, she said she was coming. Yeah. And one other quick thing just to follow up on, just in she was in court on the 9th, but that Michelle Godwin, which is a horrific case of 9 counts of torture.
Mm-hmm.
So she had a pretrial. So I'm calling Livingston to see what the latest is on her so that we can make sure and follow up. Because, like I said, she was charged with 9 counts of animal torture.
Yes.
So people think we did not forget Livingston County. I'm keeping an
No.
eye on her.
It's yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So full movement, stand up against animal cruelty. Ethan Britton didn't break. Yes. And look at this comment here. Since I'm in charge of putting the comments up.
Oh, well, there you go. That's good. Okay.
So all right. So where's my little sheet at? I lost it. All right. So December 19th. Um, the other thing we want to talk about, exciting. The movie
Yeah.
release came out
Yes.
the movie release came out last week.
I know that is a cool photo, I must say. Looking pretty good. Looking very much like Jeff Calloway there.
Nope, 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 nope.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But
So
that's
Ethan
a good.
Almighty, Ethan's Law, like there have been a lot of comments of, is this happening? They filmed some in Bardstown. Is this still going to go on? Is this still happening? Like, and what
Yep.
I told people and in fact, people have even reached out to Tawny, and side note, we'll have Tawny on one time to talk about here in the next little bit. to talk
Great.
about her excitement about the movie and how it's going. But we've started working on. She started putting together a filming schedule.
Yeah.
We've got. We've already had some. I'm not going to say exactly right now, but we've already had some great responses about where we're going to be able to film.
Yeah.
That's going to be
It's
very cool.
real. It's
So,
real.
what I have always said to folks, like she knows what she's doing. Yeah, Tawny knows what she's doing. She's a pro. She knows exactly what she's doing. I don't try to get involved in it. I don't make movies. She does. Like, you know what? You want to talk about how you can get involved in some animal cruelty and step up and help with some laws in Kentucky? Call me up. I can help
Yeah.
you with that. I can't help you make a movie.
Right.
So, but it'll probably be filmed in and around Bardstown, Louisville ish, around March, I think, March, April.
Yeah.
So, I plan
Which,
on being it's filming every day that we don't have something already going on. And you know what? Here's what this is between me and you, Debbie. We can't. No one else is
oh,
listening.
okay. Okay. Don't share.
If
Okay.
there's a day, if all these folks are in town for
Uh-huh.
the filming and they have a day off, or there's bad weather and they can't do some filming, I'm going to recruit all of them to go to some county that we're going to and
There
show
you
up for a
go.
court case.
Show up
Right?
for a
I mean,
court case.
that's what this movie is about, right? Like
I love
we're
it.
gonna show up to court with some folks from Los
Great idea. We have our, and they have press credentials, maybe. They have filming
Angeles. You know,
credentials.
we can live stream. Oh, and here's another
We
very
can't,
cool thing.
we don't have those credentials.
I don't know if
Oh,
Tawny.
tell them about that sign. Did you? You took a picture of that one sign as we go into the courthouses. I think you've taken a couple pictures now. They are so funny. There was a one
Oh
picture
yeah, I
we're going
did.
into a courthouse where it said
Yeah,
you could not bring your handcuff keys.
yeah, yeah. That
You
was
remember that one?
that was
And I
Hardin County.
thought, darn, I forgot. I can't
That
bring
was
in my
Hardin County,
handcuff
and
keys.
we took Scott County has a sign that says you can't bring your lighters in. So right outside the
Yes,
door on the ledge of the
it's all
window,
the
right outside the
lighters.
front door, are 5 or 6 lighters just sitting right there because people have left them right there. It's so
Yeah.
it's so funny. Uh,
Oh my. And then
yeah,
we had the one that says no filming,
yeah,
which
yeah,
we hadn't seen that before. I think that's new, and I think it's because of Ethan.
yeah. Well,
Because all of a sudden it's saying no live streaming, no, yeah. So
well. Here's another thing. I don't know. This is one of those things where you just ask for forgiveness later. So, Tawny, if
yeah.
you're watching, I'm just throwing this out there. There will be a lot of um, some of the very like smaller roles, a line here or there, 2 lines here or there, some background stuff that will all be cast locally.
Mm,
And eventually, I'm sure there will be a call that will go out for people to come in and audition or whatever for to be.
oh,
I don't know. That's just
extras.
Jeff saying that. Maybe that's not even right. I just know that they've got a whole group that they're bringing from Los Angeles, and there'll be certain people that are hired that are higher level folks to come in and be in the movie. Um,
Uh-huh.
and I'm sure they'll hire quite a few folks here locally that could be part of the movie. And I am very excited. From day one, I always really kind of wanted this movie to be filmed in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that. I mean, that's where Ethan was found. That's where he's at. So
Yeah, it's
super
perfect.
excited about the movie. Um,
Now Ethan won't be in the movie, just to remind people.
you know, he could
Sorta.
he could play a
Sorta.
cameo.
There you go. Well,
I
that's what
mean,
all big stars do.
big
They just do a cameo.
this is the other thing all big stars do. So I'm sitting here.
Uh-huh.
This is the other thing all big stars do:
Well,
sleep
that's it. There you
and nap
go.
during the day. he's
Well,
always
he'll
he's
need his
always
own
close by.
trailer. He
He
needs his
will.
own trailer.
Right.
Tell Tawny
Right.
He'll need his own napping trailer.
Yeah. Certain kind of food.
There
His
you
owner
go.
will need only certain colored M&Ms.
Oh, there you go.
It'll be great. Anyway,
Okay.
so like we've talked about, maybe he plays a cameo. You know, there's a those dogs are trained to be in movies.
Right.
And not only that, if the dog is really sort of the star of a movie, you almost have to have more than one because it's very stressful
Sure.
for dogs
Yeah, it's too
to do
long
that.
of hours. Yeah.
But I will say this, and Doug, you'll like this because he's still on watching. Uh, there's a group. Anytime that you put animals in a commercial, a TV show, a movie, you know
Right.
they have to be protected, and so no animals were harmed, sort of thing, is
Yes.
is an American Humane Society thing.
Yes. I've seen them on the screen many
You'll
times.
see them on the screen that says American Humane
Yes.
Society was present during this movie. No animals were
Right.
harmed, and so I'm always very proud of being a part of American Humane Society anyway. But I think that's very cool. So those will be the folks that will be on set during the
Yeah.
movie to make sure
Uh-huh.
that no animals were harmed, and I'm sure they'll be making sure that Ethan gets his air conditions.
Right. Yeah.
I'm
There
just
you
kidding.
go.
I'm really just
As
kidding.
the former, 2022 Hero Dog winner, yes, he should get extra perks,
I'm,
way it is.
yeah, yeah. Anyway,
Oh, well,
it's good.
it's so exciting.
We joke and jest, but it's only because we're very exciting.
Yes.
Only because we're very excited that we finally got Sean. We haven't even mentioned this. The movie release. Sean Patrick Flannery is
Uh-huh.
playing the lead role. Super excited about that. We got him on board. Now we're ready to just keep this thing rolling.
That
Sean,
must seem
hopefully,
very strange, Jeff, that somebody's going to be playing you. Doesn't that seem surreal?
it will when I sit there and I'm watching somebody that's supposed to be
Yeah.
playing me.
Yeah.
Right now it's okay. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, and so yes, Douglas, Dr. Ganser, she's fantastic to talk with. I love hearing her stories. And Doug, when we get down to Florida, I've got some other like behind the scenes Dr. Robbins stories that are pretty interesting.
Oh,
Like just
you,
riding in the car with her to different places and listening to. Anyway, they're very good. But so Sean Patrick Flannery's on board. I'm hoping that we'll even be able to have Sean on the podcast for a brief bit.
oh,
Uh,
that'd be great.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. That sounds really good.
So hopefully we'll be able to have Sean on. We'll have Tawny on. So excited about the movie in January. Uh, we've got a lot of like cool things coming up in January, but we've got a really cool date coming up in January that we're going to be on with one of the shows we've been on with before. I'm being very vague, but I'm just kind of keeping it
Yeah, it's
low
okay.
key for right now.
And you probably have another release of a book. Is there
Yeah,
another
so
book
there'll
coming?
be another book release in January, which brings me
Yeah.
to another thing that's on my list is a book. If you need a very good, a cool Ethan gift, whether it's for
Yes.
your Ethan collection or you have kids or grandkids, or you have nieces and nephews, whatever it is, you can always still buy the book. You go to EthanAlmighty.com, scroll down to the book, hit the purchase book. It takes you to the website. Bada bing, bada boom. Get you a book here very, very shortly. But it's very
Yeah.
cool. The pictures, I love that the pictures are like real pictures. Uh,
Right.
Ethan's mama wrote the book, Dana, and it's beautifully written in a rhyming
Yeah.
verse. And this one is sort of the beginning, Ethan's rescue, and she does a great job of relaying what a hardship it was to a
Puppy.
young listenership.
Yeah.
They'll understand it. The pictures are, there's a few pictures of him early on, but because they're made into sort of a cartoon, they're not bad. Basically, what you see as a child is you see that, hey, the Ethan is sick,
Yeah.
right?
Uh,
He's not
yeah.
feeling well, and
Hmm.
people weren't nice to him. And it's sort of just some lessons about how you treat animals, how you treat people, and just being kind. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
It's
go to
very good.
ethanalmighty.com, scroll down to the book, purchase the book. There, that also brings me to Ethan merch. It is the holiday giving season. You can also go to ethanalmighty.com and go to the Ethan merch page. Click on that. It'll take you right to the page to order some Ethan merch. There's also, if you on the post a day or so ago, I gave you 2 links to buy merch. One of them is for Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, Angela, get with me. We'll get you taken care of. She left a comment about her book hasn't come yet. She needed it for tomorrow. Um,
Oh, I can kick. I'll get her one until then.
yes.
Tell her.
So scroll down to the Ethan down the post. You can get there's some merch at Amazon.com that offer a few different things than the other merch store does. All all the proceeds, whatever doesn't go to making the particular product, all comes to EAB. Um, so we're very proud of that.
Are all the spots filled for Saturday, Sunday?
Next thing is thank you.
Yeah.
December 14th
Uh-huh.
is December 14th is we have an Ethan holiday party. We're going to bring some Ethan folks together. There's a couple spots left, 1 or 2 spots left because it's limited to what we can do. You will get everyone that comes. You will get a ceramic Ethan ornament to decorate, paint and decorate. You'll get a 5x7 canvas that you can decorate how you want. Our thoughts are to put Ethan's paw print on it, and you can decorate that, and you can. We'll put his paw print in whatever color you want, whatever's going to go with whatever you want. There's lunch provided by Chicken Salad Chick. There's going to be some hot chocolate. There's going to be some desserts. Um, there's going to be there will be available there books that you can buy there that you can have autographed by Dana, who wrote the book, and we'll put a paw print on it from Ethan. That Sunday, those will be available there. Um,
Busy, busy.
we're going to have a ton of really cool raffle stuff there. And I'll
Yeah.
put up a
Yeah.
picture of some of the stuff we're going to have there. I'm going to make it super affordable just to buy. Pay a little bit of money, get a bunch of tickets, and you put them in whatever bucket you want, and you're drawing out. You never know what you may walk away with if you come on Sunday. So that's December 14th. If you want to, there's only a couple spots left. If you want to do that, go to ethanalmighty.com, scroll down to that scheduling button. I think it's right below the book, and get signed up. What it does is I'll get your name and email, and then I'll send out a link for you to go in and pay. I haven't sent out the link yet to anyone. I'll send that link out for folks to go in and pay there.
Okay.
Um,
Sounds good.
let's see what else we talked about. Sean, so excited about having Sean on. And here's back up to the movie real quick. I know I'm jumping around, but the thing that I'm very excited about is Sean is very excited to do the movie.
Yeah. No,
He's got a couple rescue dogs himself, and he is super pumped and super excited about doing the movie, and that makes me,
yeah,
excited. He
sure.
was in Powder.
Indiana
He was in the
Jones.
Young Indiana Jones Chronicles,
Uh-huh.
Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
think I never was a Young and Restless, but I think some people
yeah,
remember him from the Young and the Restless years
Young and the
ago.
Restless.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
We got our event on December the 14th. We have several really cool things planned for January. Don't forget that January is Ethan Almighty Shelter Animal Awareness Month.
Awareness Month. Yeah.
Blue, you don't need to register. You guys are coming down. You don't need. I've got you. I've already got you guys taken care of.
Can't wait. That's another reason to come on Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, and I'm glad that Karen popped on here. Much thanks to the folks at Chicken Salad Chick, who will
Yeah.
be
Thanks,
providing lunch
Karen.
on Sunday, uh, and providing a spot for us to have this event on at the Doghouse there at 415, I think Bank Street there in New Albany, and those are some folks who are who have reached out and just offered whatever help that they can give. And so we're very
Yeah.
thankful for that. And we're going to be working with them on a couple different things coming up. And so we're super excited about it. So thank you to Karen and your
Yes.
husband
Thanks,
there
Karen.
um, at the doghouse. So very appreciative of that. That's the 14th. Merchandise, we got that taken care of. People can go and get their merchandise. I'm super excited about these hats.
Uh-huh.
I really like these hats
Yeah. Yeah,
that
that they
you
did.
can get on there and order. I think those are
Yeah.
really so.
Yeah. They look good. And people been asking about hats. So now
Yeah,
there they
yeah.
are. There
And
they
like I
are.
say, you can go to the Amazon link and get different things like a phone case or a
Tote
bag,
bags, a
tote bag.
pillow. Yeah.
So there's a
Yeah.
lot. There's a lot of cool things. So,
Uh-huh.
um, what is there anything else that we've missed? It's been about a week or so since we've been on. I'm looking at these uh, cases. Um, and I do want to say. Oh, I know what I want to mention. So we have helped. We've been able to help so
Oh,
many different animals this past year. Ethan Almighty's Blessings. It was a 501c3 nonprofit we started in Ethan's name. Um, we were um, honored and blessed enough that when Louisville Metro Council wanted to get into helping the community with spay and neuter, that they thought of us, that we could get this organized, we can make it happen. And so we decided on the preliminary plan was to do the last Sunday of every month. We've had to skip December because a couple people being out of town. So we'll do our next spay and neuter January. I think it's 25th.
okay.
Signups will signups will go up at the beginning of January. But and I probably don't do the best job of promoting what we do, just because sometimes it's people's personal information, and sometimes I just feel like, hey, we're just out there helping this and helping that. But every week we are helping animals, and I'll do a better job of putting pictures up and stories up of people that are okay with us to share. Uh,
Yeah.
but but we have, I mean, we are well over um, 300 animals that we have just done spay and neuter on,
Mm-hmm.
and well over 200 animals that we have helped with um,
Medical.
a medical bill or veterinary service. I mean, I was on the phone at 4:30 this morning with Jefferson Animal Hospital, helping out with an animal there. Um, so that was always the passion, was to help
Yes.
keep these animals where they belong, in their home. There was so much we saw of animals that either had to be surrendered because of some kind of medical situation, people couldn't afford it, or had to be euthanized because
Yeah.
folks couldn't afford a medical situation, which is, I mean,
Heartbreaking. That's just,
yeah, heartbreaking is, I mean,
yeah.
that's just the best word. And so that was initially the like the plan. The goal was, how can we
Mm-hmm.
help keep these animals in the homes where they belong? I would be devastated if my family pet,
Oh,
you had to even consider putting down because of finances.
yeah.
And this is stuff that has popped up like an emergency thing. um, and
Uh-huh.
or it could be, maybe you had a different emergency. Maybe you had your car break down. You don't even have any. You got to put all this money into your car, but your dog needs to go and get this done. Like, that's what we're here for. That's what we want to help with. And people can reach out at Jeff at EthanAlmighty.com if you need some help. Um, but I mean, that's where the passion has been, and we've made that. We've also incorporated animal advocacy into that. And so we want to keep all that going, and
Right.
so much more to do in the state of
Yeah.
Kentucky.
And
Um,
as hard as it is for Jeff, and he's said it before, he hates asking for money.
I don't.
He
It's not.
hates he, he hates to not
I don't
to
know.
have to ask, but you have to, it takes money to do what you do.
It does. It takes money
And
to keep
every
doing what we're doing. And I always that's why I always like to try to give people back something for
something in
donating,
return.
or the
Yeah.
opportunity to get something back. Uh,
Right.
uh, but it does. It takes money, and
It
if
does.
people, if you're in a spot where you're able to donate, you can also go to ethanalmighty.com and scroll down and donate there. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
now, we've said before, there are 24,000 followers that follow Ethan. So, if everybody even just gives a couple dollars, it's a
yeah,
lot.
yeah,
It
yeah.
mounts up.
24,000 people gave $5.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
can, I mean, think about what we can do, because what I love so much about this is because our, Ethan was so beloved in the community, which made all this possible to begin with, because of all the
exactly.
local support and the other support. But now what I like is that uh, the organization is so well respected in the community
Uh-huh.
that a higher percentage of our calls come from vet clinics
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
or
Yeah,
vets themselves, to say, we've
yeah,
got this person in our lobby, we got this person in an exam room, can you help out with this,
right.
have this money.
Yeah,
I love that, and I love that, the fact that they know that they can count on us to step up.
yep,
So we look to make 2026 the best year ever. You know, you know, it'll be the 5-year anniversary of Ethan being found in the parking lot there. So
wow.
we've got to plan on some really cool things for that.
Yeah, we
And Ethan
do.
Almighty Shelter Animal Awareness Month, and there's so many things, more things that can be done in Kentucky. Little steps here and there, but there are also, we live in Kentuckiana, a
Yes.
community of that is so connected between Indiana and Kentucky. There are so many things uh, in Indiana that we can do too. The laws in Indiana are relatively uh, pretty close to what they were in Kentucky before Ethan's life.
Yeah,
And so there's a lot of work that we can do in Indiana also, um, uh,
yeah,
that I think would be very beneficial as we begin to move forward. There's even some talk of trying to get some free spay and neuter going in Indiana also. So we're just trying to branch out and do
yeah.
everything we possibly can
So,
to
yep,
help as many animals as we possibly can.
yeah. Well, that was always the goal and the mission, and it will keep moving forward. So,
That'll just keep being the mission as we
yep,
keep going.
yep.
So anything else can you think of? Anything else we got going?
No, I think we're good, except, you've got, like you said, things coming, but no definite dates yet. But stay tuned. There'll be
Stay
more to
tuned,
come.
and
Yeah.
on the way out, we'll play this song again as we're headed on out the door. Um,
Okay.
but thank you so much to everybody for all your support. Also, um, keep supporting, keep helping out animals, and we'll hopefully continue to make you guys proud and keep doing some good stuff. Thanks, Debbie. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.